Alrighty, let's begin our opening events for our immersive virtual exhibition, Alt-Alterity, presented by UAAD on New York City. You'll experience an estimated 45-minute long narration and a 15-minute discussion session. Let's delve in. E. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. To all of you, distant yet virtually connected with us at this moment. I am Amy Xiaofan Jiang.
And I am Fanny Yang. We are the curators of the interwoven visions, provocations, and dreams you're about to engage with.
We stand as your guides.
You may not yet realize that you're now entering an odyssey of alt-alterity. Together, as a unified entity, rather than merely a crew, we will soon set sail.
The depths of your immersion in our prompts and narratives determines the experience of this immersive journey. Yet, there is no obligation to do so. Your presence is precious as it is.
We stand at the threshold of transcending our own physical confines, melding into a shared consciousness. Find a comfortable position, whether sitting, standing, or lying down. Immerse yourself in it. Now, let's gently close our eyes for a brief moment of collective synchronization.
Have you ever thought about the quantum qualities residing in you? The particles that form us are not merely confined within, they resonate with the rhythms of the cosmos. Every breath we take is a symphony of atomic exchange, a testament to our deep entanglement of the world around us. The air we inhale and exhale is a shared resource, connecting us with trees, rivers, the earth, and even the stars.
Our exhalations become part of the world's breath. Our inhalations, a draw from the collective source of life. We're sitting here, interdependent yet interconnected. Think of the photons emitted from the sun that touch our skin, sending us warmth and energy, a timeless gift from the cosmos.
Feel the flow of water molecules that once flowed through ancient rivers, now coursing through our veins, a testament to the cycle of life that connects us with Earth's past.
Try to picture where the calcium is located in our bodies. Once part of the mountains, now residing in our bones, providing strength and structure, linking us to the geological forces that sculpted them and made them collapse.
Imagine the carbon and phosphorus in our DNA, proteins, and cells, which have journeyed through countless forms, from the farthest stars to the deepest oceans, a crucial element that fuels life's processes. Once part of the soil and the rocks, now plays a vital role in our energy metabolism, connecting us to the Earth's fertile crust.
Finally, think of the myriad microorganisms that inhabit in our bodies. These tiny beings, 10 times more numerous than our human cells, form a complex ecosystem within us. They are our partners in life. Can you feel them dancing on your skin, in your palms, on your lips and eyelashes, inside you and within you?
And the subatomic particles in our bodies, existing in multiple states simultaneously, are blurring the boundaries between here and there, now and then. This quantum behavior mirrors the complex, non-linear paths of our lives, where cause and effect intertwine in a dance of possibilities.
With our eyes still closed, envision a vast dark canvas where space and time dissolve into a realm of profound nothingness. Then picture an expansive cosmic web, where each of us serve as a crucial node, a vital junction where countless threads converge. From this moment, the individual I fits into a collective we, a we that spans beyond humanity to include all of life, the earth, and the cosmos. We're not just in the universe, we are the universe experiencing itself in myriad forms.
Envision ourselves as dynamic, constantly evolving systems, embodying a desire for radical openness. We strive to be alive, unconquered, free from the disciplined grip of the individualistic greed, ego, and supremacy. We seek to discover potentialities rooted in our shared experiences and histories. We challenge the constraints of modern temporal constructs and the need for externally imposed values. We discard the notions of domination, ownership, and authority in favor of nurturing relationships.
Let this provocation fill us with a sense of responsibility and kinship. Our actions, our thoughts, our very being are part of a larger whole. There is no room for otherness and no need for alterity to exist. As we are about to arrive at our first stop, let us carry the sense of synchronization and unity with us, a reminder of this interconnectedness and the shared journey we will embark upon now.
We have arrived at a world of Alt-Alterity, and you may open your eyes. But you might wonder, Alt-Alterity, what is it exactly? Well, I'll let the anchor speak to you. And the works in this space are created by Simolio, inspired by molecular biology, organic aesthetics, and fluid dynamics. They aim to translate the beauty and complexity of biological forms into digital representations that evoke a sense of wonder and appreciation for the ever-changing organic world.
You're here. Come closer. I know you may be perplexed, but we have already transcended the confines of our physical selves, synchronized into a collective existence. Follow my threads. I'll explain along the way. Walk right through me. In this digital realm, we defy the laws of the physical world. Just as quantum particles dance through each other, seemingly without collision. In a state of quantum duality, I am here and I am not. How does alterity fit into this? Alterity, from the Latin Alteritas, signifies the state of being other or different. Here in Alt-Alterity, we see it differently. The prefix alt suggests alternative. Our actions, our thoughts, our very being are part of a larger whole. There is no room for otherness and alterity to exist. It's not about separation, but about recognizing the fluidity of our identities, shaped by various forces beyond the simple binaries. Among the creators in this world are not only contemporary artists, but also researchers, designers, and technologists who transcend the traditional boundaries of their disciplines, combining creative experimentation with philosophical exploration, aiming not just to express artistic vision, but to embody a socially and planetarily responsible agency. Anyway, you are soon about to witness it. Just keep going. 3 portals are awaiting.
Let us take you to the first stop of this journey. We're now entering part 1 and some wisdom, rebel tech.
In our modern world, entangled in systems like neoliberalism and patriarchal dominance, we face a pivotal realization. Our pursuit of knowledge often perpetuates social power rather than nurturing our planet and ourselves. As we grapple with global crisis and systematic exploitation, it's crucial to look beyond this dominant narrative. There exist myriad cultures and beliefs, rich in alternative wisdom and techniques, obscured yet vital. This calls for a collective introspection. How can these marginalized insights help us foster a harmonious existence with our environment? What does true progress look like? One that is free from societal and planetary guilt, embracing anti-dominance and symbiotic relationships. Now we're approaching our first work, Water or More by Min Yongcheng. This is a dual project exhibition delving into water's symbolic essence, juxtapositioning its ecological significance with poetic allure. The first section, Water Portraits, blends 3D human portraits with water, using augmented reality to animate and comment on our deep relationship with this vital element. The second part is the interactive installation, where water imagery projected on translucent screens fluidly responds to viewers' movement via kinetic sensors. In collaboration with performer Courtney Liu, whose movements fuse with the water visuals, adding a layer of kinetic artistry to the project, encouraging reflection on our intimate connection with water and its environmental impact. Next, we have Symbiosis by Mei Jiang and Xiaoting Tan. Symbiosis is an exploration of the language of trees from a non-anthropocentric perspective, and Mycelium is a design collaborator. 5 handmade bioelectrical sensors are placed at different locations in Epping Forest, transmitting data on the mycelium's vital activity, which are electrical signals in real time to the installation via a cloud-based network. This is an immersive audiovisual experience. The changing soundscape represents the whisper of mycelium, and the flowing light presents the nutrient transport within it. The next work we're going to see is Anesthesiologist by Ishraki Kazi. Ishraki's work challenges and contemplates categories and forms. It probes into the subjective complexities behind pre-established forms, posing questions such as what constitutes an experiment, what's the relationship is between the subject and the object, or rather the subject-subject relationship in biological experiments. It also questions how agency is negotiated. The work seeks to investigate inaccessible worlds, whether due to scale or the hard problem of consciousness. So moving along, we come to Grass Listeners by Krithi Nella. A small group of self-organized technical naturalists began to conduct self-motivated research experiments for grass-based scientific literature. They constructed a series of devices, like the grass footprint calculator, to collect and analyze the chemical vocabulary of damaged grass. They will be seen during the sunny hours of the day, walking across stretches of grass with their specialized equipment. These scientific pilgrimages work to increase the accuracy of urban smog's emission statistics. As the devices evolved, the community of grass listeners created more devices, like the Shu B03, Face M45, O4, Red S11, and many more, to tune into the various languages of the grass. This is Purple Origin by Tiange Wang and Yiyang Huang. From its inception, the color purple was closely tied to the Murex trunculus sea snail, a natural contributor often overshadowed by humanity's insatiable thirst for luxury. The dye-making process involved extracting mucus from the snail, treating it in an alkaline solution, immersing yarn in the mixture, and then letting sunlight turn the yarn a vivid purple. Remarkably, it took 2,500 snails to produce just a single gram of this dye, underscoring the historical tension between human desires and the sacrifices of nature. As the evolution from natural to synthetic dyes and the advent of digitized color make it more accessible, this shift not only traces our technological progress, but also highlights the evolving dynamics of our relationship with the environment. Moving up to climate-controlled dosa picnic basket by Shashwat Santosh and Nintin Uluvatingal. The dosa, a traditional Indian dish beloved for its delicate and crispy texture, is notoriously difficult to transport due to its fragility. This machine finally puts a long dosa on the menu for an outdoor picnic in New York City. A layer of banana leaves is used inside a heated chamber to provide for a hygienic and traditional eating surface. The bulged ends can store up to 3 liters of sambar and chutney, which are popular South Indian dishes usually served with dosa. The machine opens up to a mini table to enjoy the 32 inches long dosa in the desired picnic location. And transitioning to our next stop, we encounter The Missing Pig by Yu Wenhuang. This work delves into the erasure of physical presence of pigs and their fading imprint in our cognitive awareness in the meat-producing process. Data for the project was sourced from various online images of pigs and pig-related terms in multiple languages. These images, having been repeatedly selected and filtered through human biases, form the basis of the experiment. An algorithm is employed to create new visual representations in the distinct linguistic context for pigs. This method is akin to the creation of lab-grown meat, where meat is produced technically without any direct animal involvement, thereby detaching the concept of pig from its conventional association with meat. And now we're moving on to Book of Secrets by Tianyun Jiang. The 19th century China, the patriarchal society systematically denied girls the educational opportunities afforded to their male counterparts. In response to this gender oppression, women in Jingyong province devised a subversive act of linguistic creation, 女书. This unique script, developed exclusively by and for women, served as a clandestine medium of communication, passed down through generations from mothers and daughters. The Book of Secrets not only delves into the origins and significance of 女书, but also contains an English language typographic design inspired by it. Reflecting the secretive nature of 女书, often inscribed within the hidden spaces of a fan, the book's binding itself mimics a fan structure, symbolizing the unfolding hidden wisdom and silenced voices. Finally, our last destination brings us to Homeland by Mirdad Sadgad Baghbani. Homeland employs typography, and artificial intelligence to explore themes like belonging, otherness, and privacy invasion. Common challenges for immigrant navigating U.S. visa process. Blending personal narratives with poetic reflections, the work confronts the subtle struggles faced by those in unwelcoming environments. It engages the audience through experiences designed to evoke specific emotions and stories, emphasizing the value of difference, not as a bridge, but as a tunnel, offering viewers a choice to participate or observe as they encounter the space. In Unsung Wisdom, Rebel Tech, we have encountered stories of resistance, adaptation, and hope. Let us carry forward.
Before human ingenuity, there were the natural cycles of growth and collapse. Let's explore this more in part 2, ephemeral cycles, everlasting collapses. In our fast-paced world, marked by fleeting trends and planned obsolescence, we often overlook the natural rhythms of life, including decay and collapse. These are not signs of failure, but integral parts of existence, from personal transformations to societal and ecological shifts. Just as ecosystems grow, climax, and break down to foster new life, our world is in a constant state of rise and fall. This perspective invites us to embrace the cycle of transformation, finding beauty in decay and potential in dissolution. By acknowledging these natural processes, we align with the true, ever-regenerating nature of existence and learn to see the opportunities in what seems to be the end. Our first encounter is with Josué Carlos Barreras' 5 mixed media canvas paintings. These paintings, combining acrylic and various inks, draws inspiration from pointillism, Southeast Asian patterns, Japanese wood upbringing, and East Asian ink painting. Each artwork is a detailed mosaic of flowers, fabrics, insects, and human faces, created with intricate brushstrokes and points that appear fragmented up close but cohesive from a distance. The pieces aim to blend human aspirations with the natural world, challenging the concept of human centricity and reflecting a deep understanding of identity and aspirations, echoing our fascination with nature's beauty and our emotional expressions and perception of the world. Next, we transition to Children by Zhi Junsong, Yu Qingliang, and Ya Linghu. This sacred garden teems with AI-crafted life forms, encompassing floral species, fungi, cotton, aquatic beings, and more. Within its sacred tunnel, temporal barriers fade, heralding an epoch of novel artistic impression. The 3D scanned garden environment invites you to a voyage that stands as a harmonious fusion between human creativity, other than human life forms, and artificial intelligence. In the space, the underground garden metamorphoses into a virtual realm through the convergence of captivating projections, sounds, and AI orchestrations. Our third piece, Virusscape by Tiange Wang and Yiyang Huang, offers an evocative exploration into the lesser acknowledged other world residing within us, the teeming microscopic landscape of our bodies. In an age where the unseen become the focal point of global attention, this immersive game art fusion challenges our conventional anthropocentric views by centering the narrative on our internal non-human actors. Players embark on an enthralling journey, not as humans, but through the lens of white blood cells, navigating a universe punctuated by bacterial and viral entities and tasked with fending them off. By transforming complex immunology concepts into intuitive gameplay dynamics, Virusscape bridges the gap between the familiar and the other, shedding light on the significance and agency of our body's invisible inhabitants. We are now approaching point of departure, Bog Elegy by Angela M. Linkfield. This piece was originally a PLA 3D printed bog body model atop a pedestal covered with peat moss. The bog body is covered with a scoby veil and accompanied by prayers written on iota carrageenan bioplastic, as well as gathered moss, lichen, and pine cone from White Bog, New Jersey. The piece was inspired by the inherited duality of the bog environment, a place built on decay and yet a preserver of life and a home for extraordinary forms of life, for example, carnivorous plants. In this piece, Angela was thinking through what it means to encounter the other within oneself in the forms of the organisms that come before them, live within them, and eventually overtake them. Those who passed must die and decay as they were, but remain alive in them in new and different ways that would not have been possible without death. Next, we find Crossover by Fatima Al-Kuwati. Crossover is a short stop-motion film that delves into the mysterious realm between life and death, drawing inspirations from the 1450s Islamic medical manuscript, Ibn Ilyas Tashli Badan Insan, The Anatomy of the Human Body. The film opens in a hospital setting where an anatomical illustration from the Asian manuscript sets the stage. In a captivating and symbolic moment, a couple of moths lands on the body, triggering a transformative journey. The film transitioned into a mesmerizing exploration of the connection between body and soul as the protagonist embarks on a quest to set both free in embrace of nature beyond the confines of the hospital walls. Continuing our exploration, we encounter Encrypted Dialogues by Yu Qingliang. Encrypted dialogue, inspired by post-human ideas of decentralizing humans, is a performance film that transformed the human body into an instrument for electromagnetic field using a wearable device. This challenges traditional views on the roles of player and instrument, aiming to spark curiosity about non-human forces and inspire reverence for them. The wearable, acting as a translator, enables sensing of EMF signal dialogue in Manhattan. It converts EMF signals into musical expression, augmented by a motor fan indicating the field strength, thereby redefining human interaction with unseen environmental forces. You may wonder what this dumpster is doing here. As we walk through it, we arrive at Diaspora Journal 001 by Jiahua Li. This surreal film unfolds within public trash bins, where an anonymous character simultaneously hides and observes, symbolizing the artist's personal and cultural identity crisis. Reflecting on their Taiwanese roots, the narrative explores themes of globalization, the paradox of individuality in a connected world, and the struggle with political and familial contradictions. The film resonates with feelings of nomadism and fluctuating perspectives, likening the artist's homeland to an overwhelming yet cherished ocean. The metaphor extends to the constant barrage of information in modern life. The work poignantly projects nostalgia onto mundane street objects, mirroring contemporary anxieties in a search for identity amidst universal uncertainty. Exiting dumpster, we find ourselves amidst Down the Rabbit Hole, Down the Rat Hole by A.J. Sinclair Iconfield, with a giant rat monument at the center. Down the Rat Hole is a visual descendant into an underworld inhabited by the artist, who at the time had become nearly obsessed with a rat-centric erasure poem based on a press conference transcript titled Mayor Eric Adams signs legislation to fight rats, build cleaner city, posed as an alternative to the textbook version of Mayor Adams' War on Rats. The poem and ensuing visual works stretch at nature of political rhetorics and repetitions and scurry down the network tunnel through which disperse, scavenge, repurposed, and scattered text, information, and materials refute the tone and intention of the original source text. Here's to the greatest rats New York City ever had. The last work in the space is Inside a Collapsing Building by Betty Roos and Michael Donnelly. Buildings offer shelter, extend our private spaces into the collective network, and assimilate our vulnerabilities with the natural world. The ideas of permanence and sustainability they represent rely on our subjective discourse with our surroundings. What remains when our connection to those places fades? Entering an abandoned building after an ecological disaster reveals a speculated post-human intervention. Repurposed materials from the world of commerce now exist as expressions of pre-destruction activities in post-human growth. Ad hoc water vessels inhabit pockets of space within the carbonous shell, responding to human presence with sounds and lights. Timbers, cement, tub and plaster, paint, wiring, lighting, tarps, electronics, water, and weeds weave through the space, hinting at possible futures. Let us dance in endless circles upon a wetland, with bodies in decay. Let us attune to unheard frequencies before the ever-collapsing edifices at play.
And in our last stop, we're going to go beyond merely cycles, and enter into flux. Let's visit part 3, fluid bodies, blurred boundaries. This exploration extends to the realm of techno-biological fusion, where the lines between organic and synthetic blur, and quantum interconnectedness dissolves the perceived barriers between self and the other. This perspective challenges our conventional understanding of existence, urging us to see ourselves not as isolated beings, but as integral parts of a collective whole. As we walk through the tunnel, to our left, we find Beyond My Skin by Flavia Mazzanti. Beyond My Skin is originally an interactive media installation exploring the themes of identity and digital inclusion. This collective experience allows people to connect on new levels, exploring the fusion of human bodies and post-anthropocentric digital representations. In this project, human bodies transform into energy particles, drifting through space and connecting in new ways until they lose their familiar shape, becoming abstract elements in constant motion. The project, which is usually shown in the form of physical installation and live performance, is presented here through immersive video sequences accompanied by audio, with the aim to bring the viewer into a transformative journey where boundaries blur and connections redefine our understanding of self. Moving further left and sliding into another tunnel, we encounter M by Ime Zheng. M is a video essay composed of 3D animation and found images. Zheng uses porn as a practice of critiquing the ever-producing stereotypes in everyday life. It is a struggle against the perverted pursuit of spectacle, pleasure, and order. M attempts to show the endless spiral of existential dilemmas that normalization brings. This work is not much about erotica, but power. Amateur porn and NSFW art could be an outlet for desire and freedom. Sexualized yet everyday content, professional porn, and animations are a peak of capitalism, a mirror of ideology. Returning to the main space, we're entering a world of cybernetic skins by Christy Lau. Cybernetic Scans explores the boundary between the organic and synthetic, envisioning post-human bodies through AI. This project, based on the idea that humanity is constantly evolving, captures our changing relationship with technology. It imagines a future where human skin merges with technological elements, such as cables and conduits, blending biology and data. The digital landscape in this piece is integral, conceptualized with AI, and reflects a world of our creation yet not fully understood. This fusion goes beyond mere integration of human and machine, representing a significant transformation into being that is both and neither. Hidden inside the tube is Cryptic You by Aiping Xu, Shu Yuling, and Root. Cryptic You, which uses the concept of cryptic, commonly associated with mystery, the natural camouflage of animals, is to explore marginalized identities in socio-cultural anthropology. The artist uses the second-person pronoun you to address both individuals and groups, representing unique personalities and their spiritual world through art. The central piece of the project is a dynamic electronic multimedia image combining a bisexual body with a digital plant, symbolizing marginalized people and their delicate spiritual world. The artwork particularly focuses on flowers, representing the queer body's reproductive structure, and suggests a transcendence of traditional gender and biological boundaries. The project aims to challenge and blur the lines of identity, achieving a symbiotic and liberated state that resonates with the freedom and the uniqueness of plant life. Next, we find You Are Non-Binary by Xinyuan Ma. The work focuses on the conflicting mixture of queer existence and pixelated reality. In China, the existence of queer people is forcibly pixelated and deframed, and gender queerness is an unrecognized and recognized existence. The anthropomorphic and pixelated visual mixture of non-binary gender symbols represents a stalemate and symbiosis of queer and Chinese social reality. It's a state between pixelated reality and raw desire, and what Xingyuan is trying to express is the peculiar enduring pleasure that resists deliberately pixelated reality. And the sixth work, Final Flight Visa by Mo Nan, is an adventure story, drawing inspiration from Mo Nan's visa application experiences in the United Kingdom and other countries. These experiences heighten the stark reality of national borders and the limitations on free movement. The short film is a fantastical exploration of a world without borders. It follows a little demon at an airport, invading knights and clutching a visa as he boards the last arc to Utopia. The film captures excitement and suspense with his daring escape. Continuing, we come across Cynthia Kemp by Ludovica Galiani Dayano. In the early 90s, cam girls merged human bot imagery with the digital world, challenging the interplay of technology, gender, and digital performance. As the 21st century arrived, the internet's cyber-feminist promise faced old constraints. Cynthia Camp embodies this shift, a hybrid of alien and sex worker, playfully using technology to force multiple identities and new forms of agency, challenging traditional gender norms and embodiment.
She embraces her dominance because this is the way how she wants to live. Dominating, ruling, and taking over men.
Moving forward, we find Alter Ego by Yu Chen, our eighth piece. Cyborgs blur the line between humanity and technology, especially as biotech modifications align bodies with societal gender norms. In the post-human era, where human-machine distinctions fades, we face crucial questions about post-gender identity, integrating design fiction, digital performance, motion capture, and CGI. We explore new gender identity paradigms. Open source technology offers avenues for self-shaping, aiming for a post-gender utopia and a ritual for cognitive alter egos, transcending gender binary constraints. Floating in this void space is New Deity by Bobby Chao Cheng-xiong. New Deity is an interactive installation that embodies the digital age supreme deity on a technological altar. This work reflects the merging of religions in cyberspace as faith moves online, transforming traditional gods and rituals. It represents a hybrid of various religions, cults, and pagan beliefs, presented on screens. Visitors interact by praying and receiving a machine-generated blessing, combining religious symbols and text via StyleGAN and GPT. This installation invites reflection on technology's role in reshaping belief systems in our interconnected world. Finally, transcending to the top of the architecture, we conclude this journey with The Self of the Edge of the Self by Monan. Monan's design philosophy addresses the increasing prominence of the virtual world, envisioning a future where digital and real realms holds equal importance. In this digital space, conventional limitations like gender, social status, and nationality dissolve, offering a liberating environment for self-exploration. Monan foresees identities evolving beyond the traditional human definitions into fluid and limitless forms. Central to his work is the mask, used digitally to symbolize the profound depth of evolving identity.
As our journey through the realms of Alt-Alterity comes to a close, we may find ourselves carrying with us a deeper understanding of the themes. At this moment, if you're still with us, please react with some emoji so that we know the connection hasn't been lost. Amazing. Thank you all so much for staying with us. And upon this point, I want to take this moment to give thanks to our amazing team. Fang Yam with an amazing voice and exceptional curatorial vision. Gumi Lu and Effie Ma, who brought us the sophisticated 3D environment, the habitat for the artworks. Wei Jing Xia, without her, we wouldn't be able to reach such an amazing audience. Jamie Jingdong, the caregiver of coordinations. And lastly, Ileana Sun, a former participating artist in our last virtual exhibition, Ties That Cannot Be Unbound, now helping us with social media promotions, and Ronnie Jen for the help in executing the show. Now, the show is open. We invite you to visit this link on the screen to delve further into the scenes we have uncovered together. You can also find it on our Instagram page in our bio, and we will share the recording on our YouTube channel and with you all by email. We're also going to put the link in the chat. So I kindly ask all of you, when you have the time, to go into the space, find the guest book button, and leave a comment. It can be about the most impressive work you've discovered, your overall feelings about the show, or how you might recommend it to your friends. Alternatively, you can write ceasefire, free Palestine, since we follow the idea that supports the liberation of the indigenous in Palestine. Lastly, to stay updated on our future journeys and explorations, be sure to follow us on our social media channels. Your engagements help us build a community of like-minded individuals. And for those of you who would like to connect with the artists and the team, whether it's to ask questions, simply say hello, or engage in a friendly chat, please feel free to stay. Otherwise, we appreciate your presence on this transformative odyssey. Until we meet again, continue exploring, keep asking questions, and most importantly, keep fostering connections. Now, please feel free to unmute yourself, give a round of applause or snapping fingers just to all the artists and to all of you present. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now the floor is yours. Does anyone have any comments or feelings that they would like to share?
I just want to say thank you so much for organizing the exhibition. It looks amazing. I've only just had a little look through when you sent through the email earlier. I think was it last week? So it was really great to have a whole guided tour of the space. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And also, I feel so honored to be trusted by so many amazing artists. And also to because I feel like during our guided tour, it's in such a hurry that we can't show you like the whole lens of each work. So please, when you have time, immerse yourself maybe for a 2 hour duration in our space, and I'm sure it's going to give you more immersive experience.
Thank you so much. I have a question. I've wondered if like what are the different ways to sort of access the virtual space? Is it like browser only, or does it work in VR as well? Yeah, just curious.
That's a really good question. So it works on browser for the best performance. And when you go into the space and when you see the menu page, there is a 2D catalog option. So it's basically like a web-based like list in a list format, showing all the work, especially you can see like the 360 degree of each 3D models. And also you can access the world through mobile devices, but it's not as like it is smooth, but it's not going to show like detailed captions of each project. So I would recommend using web browsers. And because I think the platform wants to ensure accessibility, so currently you just work on the two most common devices, which is mobile phone, tablets, and also the computers. It doesn't work on VR so far, but let's see, maybe in the future we're going to try and experiment in VR spaces. And I hope to collaborate with you all again in the future.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll check it out on the browser again. Yeah.
Does anyone else have anything to share? Flavia, I see you.
Yeah, I also wanted to say thank you so much also from my side to Amy, Fenji, and everyone from the team. It's an amazing curation. Thank you so much, like for putting all these amazing works together. It's really a pleasure to be part of this exhibition. And I also would love to connect to the other artists. So maybe I will also just post maybe my Instagram link and hope to connect with you all and stay in touch.
Thank you, Flavia. And also to everyone else who don't know, Flavia was also a participating artist in our last virtual exhibition called Ties That Cannot Be Unbound. You can also check that exhibition out on the New York City's homepage and also on our Instagram profile and in our bio.
Thank you so much, Amy.
And yeah, if you're curious like about how to reach out to these artists, you can go to our Instagram page where we have like the posters or the promotional materials for each artwork, and you can find our Instagram handle.
Hey Amy, can you hear me?
Hi.
I'm sorry, it's a little bit loud.
Hi, Simone.
Yeah,
Hi, Simone.
yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for organizing the entire show, for creating the digital space, and essentially collecting such a large collection of artists and then putting all of this work together. So thank you so much for organizing all of this along with the team. And so far it's been looking really amazing, and I'm really excited to share it with a lot of friends and then be able to present the work with the rest of the audience. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your work. I'm really a big fan of your work and also your writing. When I was reading your text for the publication that is about to launch and early next year, and I was like, your piece of writings are so beautiful, and I found it very empowering in terms of feminist power. And yes, everyone, please just Simone's Instagram profile and check the amazing digital sculpture as well as piercing work.
Thank you so much. That's so kind. And I have a quick question though about the physical printout book. Will there be a digital printed version of some sort of publication in the future, or is that something that is still in progress?
Yes, yes. Because we're still working with the publisher, and we'll definitely have a digital version for you to share. And for now, we're mostly thinking about going digital because of it's a more environmental friendly option.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like
Does anyone else have anything to share, comment, or just simply say hi?
Hi. Wait, Ludovica? I tried not messing up your name. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, sorry, I forgot to write it down. I saw the email lately, so that I had to write. It's Ludovica Galeani Dayano. Yes, sorry, it's also quite long. So, but anyway, thank you so much for putting my work in this exhibition. It's amazing. I look forward to see the rest of the works. So yeah, cool. And also, no, I had a question, but now I forgot. Yeah, it's fine. Good. Thank you so much. Really,
Thank
very
you.
nice.
Take a moment to to recall, and we will wait for you.
Hello all. Yeah, this is Merdad. I really appreciate your hard work and bringing everything together. I really enjoyed working with your team and the entire event and exhibition. That was great. Thank you very much.
Thank you also for your support in this exhibition. I know your work was very like in a physical setting, so it's really challenging to transform it into a virtual setting.
I know what you did great.
Thank you. And I saw Christy put in the chat that want to go back and revisit the New York City rats. Yeah, actually, this is one of the most complicated work throughout the exhibition. AJ, you have six different pieces, right? And I was really obsessed with your practice of using erasure to challenge using erasure as an approach to challenge erasure. So would you like expand a little bit about how each of the work are connected to each other?
Yeah, and thank you for taking all the time that you did to help arrange things as I had envisioned them to. I know it can be very hard to like translate physical things into the digital. Yeah, I think so. It started as kind of an erasure poem that took that press conference transcript and kind of had a new narrative emerge from it. And then all of the visual works in some way kind of pull on one of the lines from the poem or a series of the lines, and then kind of become their own thing.
And what I found most interesting is that you also transformed the poem into an Eminem rap song, which is actually a hidden Eastern egg in the exhibition. It's hiding in one of the work. So people, when you go back to the space, be sure to check it out.
Yeah, that's just like a fun extra thing. That's a part of it.
All right, so we'll take one more question or feedback or comment, and we're just going to conclude this opening event. Does anyone want to make the final statement? Okay, so
How's everyone's day?
um
You can like share that chat.
wait, what?
Yeah, how's everyone doing? Like either day or at night? Are you guys feeling calm, energetic, happy? Anxious.
Right, it's a great moment to exchange your Instagram handle in the chat. Alrighty, I think we have come to an end, and it's really amazing working with all of you in a past journey, and also having and seeing familiar and unfamiliar names and the participants list. It's really a great honor to have you stay with us for the past hour. And we hope you can, in the future, check out our exhibition and leave comments, follow our Instagrams so that we can keep you updated about our upcoming events, especially about the publication launch of this exhibition as well in early next year. And just let's keep connected and stay informed. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Thanks.
Bye. Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Let's just stick around for one moment. I'm going to stop the recording first.